Okay, so get this. We're talking AI and movies today, but like really talking...
Yeah, this is big.
Meta's MovieGen. Imagine this. You type in, I don't know, a raccoon wearing a chef's hat steals a cookie.
And boom, you've got a video. Pretty darn realistic, too.
No way. So it's like actually making videos from scratch based on just what? Words?
From just words, yeah.
That's wild. This is happening now.
It's happening right now. The craziest part is, even as we speak, people are still figuring out what it can do.
That's why this deep dive is so cool. We're like right on the bleeding edge of this tech.
Absolutely.
So we keep saying MovieGen, but is it like one thing? Or what are we dealing with here?
Good question. It's not just one thing. It's a whole team of AIs all working together.
A whole team?
Yeah, like a film crew. You've got MovieGen Video, that's the visual guy.
Okay.
Trained on tons and tons of data, images, and videos, like an insane amount.
I bet.
And then you've got MovieGen Audio, the sound guy. Adds in everything, music, sound effects.
That's a lot for an AI to handle, right?
That's what's so groundbreaking. This isn't just about recognizing a picture anymore. It's like AI is creating like we do.
Like actual creative output.
Exactly.
My mind is kind of blown right now. But okay, how does it even learn to do that? We're talking about videos, not just, spotting a cat in a photo.
It's a huge challenge, computationally speaking.
I bet.
Imagine it like this MovieGen video. It's like it went to film school, but on fast forward.
Okay, I like this analogy.
First, it's got to master the still image, like painting, composition,
The basics.
Then it's how those images move together over time, like making one of those flip books come to life.
Oh, I get it.
And then bam, it's creating whole scenes, motion, depth, the works.
So much going on behind the scenes.
And to handle all that, they had to come up with new stuff like this thing called a temporal autoencoder.
Temporal autoencoder sounds complicated.
It's basically like giving the AI a cheat sheet for understanding the visual world, helps it learn way faster.
Ah, makes sense. So it's one thing to make it look real, but what about the sound? How does MovieGen make sure the sound matches what's happening on screen?
That's where MovieGen Audio comes in. And honestly, it's just as impressive as the visual side.
Really?
Let's say you've got a busy city scene, right? MovieGen Audio can add in the sounds of traffic, construction, all those little details.
The ambience, the stuff that makes it feel real.
And it's not limited to just real-world sounds. Need an epic orchestral score for your hero? MovieGen Audio can do that too.
So it's not like just pulling from a library of stock music. It's actually creating.
It's composing.
Yeah.
Based on the scene.
That's insane. This could be huge for filmmakers, right? Like, I'm imagining all kinds of possibilities.
Oh, absolutely. Imagine being a director and you can just instantly see different versions of a scene.
Like change the background, add stuff in.
Exactly. Or add special effects just by describing what you want. It could change everything about how movies are made.
That's mind-blowing. But even with all this, I gotta imagine there are still limitations, right? It's still new technology after all.
Oh, for sure. One of the big ones right now is the length of the videos. It's limited to clips of about 16 seconds. They're working on making them longer, but it's a tough problem to solve.
Big sense is it's one thing to make a short clip look amazing, another to do it for 2 hours.
Right.
But even with that, the possibilities are huge.
Yeah.
What about beyond movies? Personalized content or like interactive stuff?
Definitely. Think about ads that you actually interact with or educational videos that change based on what you need.
It's like having a personal tutor who can also do Hollywood special effects. This is getting kind of intense in a good way.
It is exciting.
But before we go full sci-fi, we should probably talk about the potential downsides too.
You're right. It's not all sunshine and roses.
Definitely something to think about. We'll dig into those right after this.
Yeah, I mean, it's like anything powerful, right? There's always that potential for,
The downsides.
Exactly.
So let's talk about those. What are we talking about here, specifically when it comes to this kind of AI?
Well, the big one, the one everyone's worried about is misuse. Like, imagine this tech in the wrong hands.
Good.
Fake news footage that's so real people can't tell it's fake. Or even like creating videos to go with fake social media profiles, stuff like that.
So basically, it gets even harder to tell what's real and what's not.
And that's where things get, we need to be careful.
We've talked before about how with AI, it's not just on the tech companies, right? It's all of us.
It's a shared responsibility. We need rules, guidelines, ways to spot these deep fakes, the whole 9 yards.
Big stuff to figure out.
For sure.
Okay, let's come back to the tech itself for a sec. We were talking about how one of the limitations is the short video length, right?
Right. Right now, it's like they can make these amazing 16-second clips, but that's not a movie.
Mini masterpieces, but still mini.
Yeah. And it's not just length. Another thing they're working on is teaching the AI to understand more complex actions, you know?
What do you mean?
Like, think about a chef making a dish. All those steps, the timing, it's intricate.
Way more than just a ball bouncing or something simple.
It's getting that level of detail. That's a whole other challenge.
Because it's not just about looking real, it's about being believable, right?
Totally. And that gets into this whole other area. Like, how do you even measure how good AI video is?
That's a good question. It's art, right? Kind of subjective.
It is subjective,
Yeah.
but they're working on it. There's this new benchmark, MovieGen Video Bench, they call it.
MovieGen Video Bench.
And it's not just about how many pixels or whatever. It's about realism, aesthetics, does it feel human, all that.
So it's like judging art, but with algorithms instead of art critics.
Kinda, yeah. Which it makes you wonder, what happens when the AI gets so good it's better than us?
Whoa, now we're getting philosophical.
Right. Will we even be able to tell the difference? Will AI be winning Oscars? Wild stuff to think about.
Wild is right. But even without going full sci-fi on this, it's already changing things.
Oh, without a doubt.
We talked about personalized content, but I want to dig into that more. What else can this do beyond just entertainment?
Oh, man. So much. Think architecture. Imagine designing a building, but you're not just looking at blueprints, you're walking through it in VR.
While you're still designing it.
While you're designing it. Or product design. Need to see how that new phone will look in different colors. Boom, MovieGen.
No more making a million prototypes.
Exactly. And education. Forget textbooks. Imagine learning history by, like, being in the middle of historical events.
It's like immersive, interactive learning on a whole new level.
Exactly. And that's what's so cool. It's not just Hollywood anymore. It's giving everyone the power to tell their stories.
Democratizing creativity, almost.
Exactly. Though don't worry, Hollywood's not going anywhere. This could be huge for them, too, for things like special effects, you know.
Stuff that used to cost a fortune.
It's like augmenting human creativity, taking it further.
And that's what this is all about, right?
Yeah.
Pushing those boundaries.
Exactly.
That's seriously impressive. I can see this being huge, not just for, like, big Hollywood, but for anyone who wants to make films.
Oh, for sure. It's like giving everyone access to a professional team without the, the actual team and the cost.
Democratizing filmmaking one AI at a time.
And this is still early days. Imagine personalized soundtracks that change based on your mood, interactive audio. The possibilities are kind of endless.
My mind is officially blown. This whole deep dive has been one revelation after another. We've covered so much ground, from the tech itself to the ethics to what this could mean for the future of, well, everything.
It really makes you think, where do we go from here? What will they come up with next?
It's exciting and a little bit scary all at the same time.
The best kind of progress, right?
Exactly. So if you're as fascinated by all this as we are, and let's be real, how could you not be? Check out the show notes. We've got links to the research, examples of MovieGen in action, the whole 9 yards.
Go down that rabbit hole, see what you think. It's a wild ride.
And that's a wrap. Thanks for joining us, and we'll catch you next time for another journey into the world of AI.